Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a bit of legs and then a bit of twists and get you ready for a run. So we're going to start with pyramid pose. So it's the right foot forward and the left foot back. And don't have one foot behind the other. That's not very stable. So you can widen your feet. And you can use blocks if you've got blocks. So you can use a chair if you've got a chair, anything like that. So right foot forward first of all, just feel that little squeeze of the inner thighs. And so that kind of turns your pelvis a little bit and lines you up over the right leg. All right, and so you can slide the hands down the leg. So your hands might come to the floor, to blocks, or to a coffee table, or to a chair. All right, and now the breathing. In through the nose, out through the nose, throughout the whole class. No mouth breathing, so you inhale. You get some sound, there's a little bit of a lift with your inhalation, and exhale, a little bit of a fall. All right, and then inhale, pull your belly. Expand the rib cage, feel that lengthening of the spine. And then exhale. And do that again, wherever your hands are, doesn't matter. Inhale, pull your belly in. Expand the rib cage, lift the heart. A little bit of a natural lift, and then exhale, exhale. So that's where your experience of the stretches, experience of the posture. Do it again, inhale belly. Inhale, rib cage expands. Inhale, spine lengthening. Exhale, so folding over the right leg. Just feel what it's like to do a little bit of a squeeze of the inner thighs. And a little bit more centered over the right leg. One more, inhale. And then exhale. Bend your right knee a lot. Pull your belly in a lot. Push into the foot a lot. And come up. Other side, left foot forward. Left foot forward. So don't have the back foot directly behind the front foot. That's not very stable. If you squeeze scissor in the thighs a little bit, that turns your pelvis towards the left leg. All right, and then fold. Hands on the shin, hands on the floor, hands on something. I just like it to be stable with the hands down, rather than making it in any way a balancing posture. All right, so inhale. Exhale. Nice and long. Inhale, pull your belly. Inhale, expand the rib cage. Inhale, lift the heart. Spine is lengthening, and then exhale. Inhale gives you a little bit of a lift and a little bit of relief from the posture. And then exhale, that takes you into the intensity. And then inhale. There's a little bit of a relief from the intensity, so you're filling up the lungs. This is your preparation, your anticipation, and then you exhale. It's your experience. Experience of the stretch. One more like that, pull the belly in. Expand the rib cage, lift the heart, inhale, and exhale. Was that enough? 5 breaths, did that do it? All right, bend the left knee, pull the belly in a lot, push into the front foot up and come up. Shake it out, shake it out. All right, we'll do similar. It'd be nice if you have blocks, but if you've got a chair, coffee table, all of that's good. So turn face the long end of the mat. We're going to do forward folds, and then we're going to come up and we're going to turn the toes out to the corner of the mat, push the knee back and try and get an inner thigh stretch. And then we're going to do points. All right, so first of all, bring the big toes in towards each other, just slightly. Hands on your hips, inhale. Exhale, fold. So maybe the hands come down to blocks, maybe to the floor. Once you're where you want to be, inhale halfway up. Ease up the belly in, and then exhale and fold, 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 fold. And then it's the same, so now you have your posture. And now you watch your breath. Inhale, expand the rib cage, tiny bit of a lift. Exhale, that's emptying, 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 tiny bit of a fall. And then do that again, inhale. Pull the belly in, expand the rib cage. Just enjoy that kind of undulating, feeling the breath coming in and exhale, the breath leaving. We're not concrete things, we're breathing things, moving things. Do that again, inhale. Empty the lungs, exhale. Maybe if your hands are on the floor, maybe you can push into the floor and see if that brings you down a little bit. One more, inhale, belly, inhale, rib cage, inhale, lengthening, and then exhale. All right, so come halfway up. Can you turn your right toes to the corner of the mat so that it's just turned 45 degrees, not much. And then bend the right knee. If you've got a block, put that inside your foot. And if you haven't, you're just going to use your fingers. All right, so your hand on the block, bend your elbow into the knee and push it back. It also doesn't change where it is much, it's just moved over to the side. And you fill up the lungs, inhale. Exhale, bend your elbow. Push the elbow into the knee. And you fill up the lungs, inhale. Exhale, bending the elbow into the knee. So we're bending the right elbow into the right knee, but that's a whole other stretch on the left side. Inhale. Exhale, bend the elbow. And maybe bend another millimeter into the right knee, 1 millimeter lower. Oh, although I don't think that would work for me. Inhale. Exhale. Nice and gentle, nice and gentle. We're not here to tear anything. One more, inhale. All right, and then come up and come through the middle. And let's just do an easy fold, just an easy fold, just to get over that stretch. Inhale. Exhale, doesn't have to be much. Just stay in the middle for a couple of breaths. Inhale, fill up the lungs. Into the lungs. All right, just try and let your legs go over the shock of it. So your left toes, turn your left toes to the corner. So it's just a 45-degree angle turn. That's all. If you've got a block, you put that inside the foot. If you haven't got a block, just put your fingers. So your hand needs to be a little bit taller than the palm on the floor. Fingers is good. Elbow lines up with the knee. Push the knee back. Ouch, 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 ouch. Lovely long breathing. Inhale. And exhale. Fill up the lungs. Inhale. Empty the lungs, bend the elbow. The elbow into the knee. Inhale. You know the inhalation gives you a little bit of relief. Exhale, so maybe you can bend another millimeter into the left knee. And how's that feeling? How's that feeling on the left side? How's it feeling on the right side? 2 more, inhale. Bend the elbow into the knee, push the knee back. 1 more like that, inhale. Oh my goodness, that's the stretch. Exhale. All right, and then come back. Come back to the middle. Just do a couple of breaths here, forward fold. Just to try and get over the shock. Really important, inner thigh stretch, really important for your knee health. All right, you come halfway up. You exhale, put your hands into your waist, bend your knees, curl yourself up. Ooh. All right, and you can just turkey your feet together. All right, shake it. We'll do quads next. So quads, you know what, you can stand in the middle of the room, but why would you bother trying to get your balance when you can just hold on to something? I think that's better. So if you can put your left hand on something, bend your right knee, reach behind you, grab hold of your foot. And then once you've got your foot, you might think, okay, nothing's happening here. Yeah, hold on to anything at all. But I just think that if you're trying to balance, we're not really concentrating on getting the stretch. All right, so look, the knee's pointing forward a little bit, the bottom's pointing back a little bit. So we're going to line everything up to get that stretch. So point your knee down, 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 down to the foot. So it's like your knee is trying to reach that space on the mat, just inside your ankle. It's trying to reach, it's trying to reach, it's trying to reach. So that's all right, that's a stretch. Can you think about lifting this hip up? And the way you do that, What that means is a tilt of the pelvis. So if you think about pointing your tailbone down, as well as your knee trying to reach the floor, tailbone also. And then notice your torso, if you rock forward just a little bit, can you lift the heart up? Can you stand up a bit? That's a stretch. Fill up the lungs, inhale. Empty the lungs, exhale. Just concentrating, the knee is pointing down. Hip is lifting up. Tailbone pointing down. Sternum lifting up. Fill up the lungs. Empty the lungs. So breathe in into that intensity. You're pretending that your lungs are there. Right there where you feel that intensity. Inhale. And just feel that space expanding and expanding and expanding. In your imagination, then you exhale. Soften, soften that area. Soften. One more like that. Exhale. So this is an area that needs stretching anyway, whether you're a runner or not. Let's do the other side. So your right hand is holding on to something, anything. And so grab hold of your left foot. Look at the shape that the body makes so that you can get the foot. That's fine, but that's not a stretch. Point the knee down, down, down. So it's not only pointing down, but it's trying to reach. It's aiming for the mat. Just beside your ankle. What's happening to the torso? Are you leaning forward a little bit? Can you lift the sternum up? You know what? Even if you think, no, I'm not leaning forward, but you could just put a tiny bit more thought into lifting, and a tiny bit more thought into pointing the knee down. You might look as flat as a pancake, but you can still think about pointing your tailbone down, which lifts your head up a little bit. Fill up the lungs. Empty the lungs. And then there's that intensity. And again, using your imagination, just think about your lungs being there. So when you inhale, and you feel this kind of expansion, it's growing like a balloon, and then exhale, softening and softening and softening and softening. And fill up the lungs, inhale. Empty the lungs, exhale. Okay, all right, and then let it go. Shake it up, shake it up. Come back to your mat. You know what, we'll do a couple of sun salutations. That's really useful to get the back going. So what you're doing in sun salutation is forward fold, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. While we're doing downward facing dog, we can get the calves. All right, so take your hands up. Really nice big reach. Inhale. Exhale and fold, exhale. How far can you get? Shins, floor. Inhale, look up, inhale. Pull the belly in. And then exhale, hands down, step back into plank and lower, exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog, inhale. Really important back bend there, really important. And then exhale, downward facing dog, exhale. All right, can you just spin just a little bit? Get, you know, in theory, from downward facing dog, from plank to downward facing dog, that's the right distance for your hands and your feet. In practice, not so much. So bend your left knee, just encourage your right heel down. Get that calf stretch. Just on the right side, stay there. You know, you see people in class just going side to side, side to side, side to side. What is that stretching? What is that doing? That's not about the calves. Just stay here, another one, inhale. Another breath in your exhale. Let's go again, other side. So bend your right knee, push your left heel down. Ooh, lovely calf stretch. And you fill up the lungs. Empty the lungs. Push your bottom back, inhale. Empty the lungs, exhale. One. All right, and then come back to neutral. Look to the front of the mat, and you can step forward, jump forward, look up, inhale. Exhale and forward into the lungs completely. Really suck your belly in, so throw your hands up, reach up. Palms together, look up at your thumbs, reach more, and then exhale and fold, exhale. And then inhale halfway up, inhale. And then exhale, hands flat. You can jump or step back into plank, doesn't matter which, lower, exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog, exhale. All right, so look at the glutes then, put your knees down. All the big muscles are grown. Knees down, right knee outside of the right wrist. Right knee outside of the right wrist. So your right knee is touching the edge of the mat. And then maybe you pick up the foot and lift it up a little bit higher, maybe you don't. And you can walk the left foot back, back. Let's see how it's doing today. Just stay here on your hands. Inhale. Exhale. Can you drop your hip down just a little bit? Hip towards the heel. And inhale, lift a little bit. I'll exaggerate. Lift a bit. Exhale, drop a little bit. It's not going to look like that. So you inhale. Tiny little bit of a lift, and then exhale, tiny little bit of a fall. So stay here. The reason you might stay on your hands is your knee might be feeling a little bit vulnerable, or something might be going on to make you say, no, I want the help of my hands, weight on my hands here. Or you can just come down and rest your head. But it's the same thing, you inhale and you feel your hips just coming out a little bit, and then exhale, your hips are going in just a little bit more. I'll count the breathing. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, drop the head. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, drop the head. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, drop the head. Inhale, lift just a little bit. 3, 4, 5, and exhale, drop the head. One more inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, drop the head. All right, and come up. Just tuck the toes under behind you. Downward facing dog. Just do a little walk. Now it's side to side. Now it's side to side. That's moving the pelvis. That's giving the back a bit of a massage. That's just moving your leg. Getting circulation back. All right, put your knees down. Start again. Other side, left knee outside of the left wrist. So left knee is touching the left side of the mat. And then maybe you pick up the foot. Lift the foot a little higher, maybe not. So your shin is at some angle underneath the body. And then walk the back leg back. 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 And see what it's like while you're still on your hands. See what it's like. Inhale. And then exhale. Drop the hip a little bit. Oh, for me this is drastic on this side. Other side, not so much. Inhale, a little bit of a lift. Exhale, so the right hip is dropping down to the heel underneath it. So you can stay there if you want, or you can come down and rest your head. I'm staying up on my hands on this side. And so you inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then exhale. Drop the hip just a little bit. A little bit of a drop. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, drop it. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Just in through the nose, out through the nose. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, drop it. One more, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, drop the head. All right, and then come up onto your hands. Can you just sit down on your left side? Just sit down, collapse down. And then bring the right leg all the way around. And can you put the foot, so the foot can go over really. If you can get the outside ankle on the outside of the knee, that would be good. If not, then in front. If not, then somewhere there. Okay. So if we try and put the right sitting bone all the way down, we might be able to access a bit of a IT band stretch. So your right hand is behind you. Can you get yourself into a twist? So maybe your elbow comes outside the knee already. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's the hugging version. Inhale, go taller. And then exhale, wind the right shoulder back. Behind you. Can you build a stretch in the back? And inhale. Exhale. So while the right shoulder is going back, the knees are being pushed in the other direction. And inhale. Exhale. So your right sitting bone is grounded down. Your right shoulder is going back. Your knees going in the other direction. Just squeeze them away. Inhale. And exhale. And one more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Right shoulder in one direction, in the other direction. All right. And then release. We're just going to change legs like that. So the right leg goes up, the left leg goes down, right leg goes down, left foot goes down. Something like that. If that didn't make sense to you, start with straight legs. You bend the left knee, it goes on the other side of the right knee. And then you can lean over to the right and fold the right leg. And can you just notice that the left sitting bone is down? Try and get it down. All right, find yourself a nice starting position, a nice starting twist. Left hand behind you. Inhale. Exhale, wind the left shoulder back. Behind you. Inhale. While the left shoulder is going back, maybe the elbow can push into the knee, or you pull the knee in the other direction. And you inhale. And then exhale. So the left sitting bone is down. The left shoulder is going back. The knee is going in the other direction. The waist is squeezing. Inhale, expand the ribcage. Exhale, twist. Whatever you're looking at behind you, take your chin over a little bit more. Take your gaze over a little bit more. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Oh my goodness. All right. Whew. Come back to center. Come back onto your hands and knees. Just a little bit of cat and cat. Just to move. So that was quite a twist coming from the lower back. So this is just a nice little bit of movement. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Not much. Not much. If you've got padding for the knee next, that would be nice. So we've done the quads, but I want to get a little bit higher up into the hip flexor. So if you bring your right foot forward and put padding underneath your left knee, that would be great. What we're going to do with the hands, you can have them interlacing behind the back. You can put the hands on the waist. You can put the hands on the knees. Inhale. And then exhale. Just send the right knee forward. Keep the heart up, torso back. Quite like hands behind us. Quite like elbows pointing back. Inhale up, inhale. Exhale forward, exhale. And feel that top of the left thigh. Hip flexor. Inhale up, inhale. Exhale forward, exhale. Two more, inhale. Empty the lungs, exhale. One more, inhale. Empty the lungs, exhale. That's quite a stretch. Come on, let's try the other side. You put your hands down, take the right knee back. Pad up underneath the right knee and the left foot comes forward. All right, what we're doing with the hands behind the back. Quite like the hands on the waist and the thumbs touching the spine. That's another nice one. Inhale. Elbows pointing straight back and then exhale. Make the torso come forward. Keep that back. Inhale up, inhale. Exhale, second time, a bit more intense than the first time. Stroke the hips, stroke the hips. Inhale up, inhale. Exhale forward, exhale. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, forward, exhale. And 1 more like that, inhale. All right, come on, put your hands down. Take the left foot back. We're just going to do a bit of downward facing dog. Here's what I want to do. This is a downward facing dog twist. So bend your left knee. You leave the ball of the foot where it is, but you just swivel, pivot, and send the knee to the right side of the mat. So you've got downward facing dog from your wrists to your waist, and then from your hips, further all the way down, you've got a twist going on. So your left knee is pointing to the right side of your mat. Your thighs underneath the torso. And so you're elongating that space in between the right armpit and the right hip, and you've got a stretch on the right side of the waist, right side of the rib cage. All right, come back, let's do the other side. So you go back to neutral, bend your right knee, and just pivot, send the knee over to the left side of the mat. So the right thigh is underneath the torso, knee is pointed to the left side of the mat. And so the space in between the armpit and the hip, you've moved the hip away from the armpit, and you're stretching the left side of the waist, left side of the rib cage. Fill up the lungs. Empty the lungs. All right, and then come back to neutral. All right, and come forward into beautiful plank. And just put your forearms down. So we find ourselves in Sphinx pose, put your belly down. Can you just do this for me? So bring your right toes and your right knee, just walk them out to the side. Boom, 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 boom. That's half frog. So by doing that, you just know if you've got any furniture in the way or any props in the way. All right, put it back. Let's try the other side. So with your left toes and your left knee, walk out to the left side. Half frog on the left side. That's just checking. That's just checking we've got space. All right, this is how we're going to put that to use. Bring your right hand underneath your left armpit. And then your left arm comes out in front of you. Its only job is to not get in the way. All right, so you walk your right hand through, you lower yourself down, the arm is straight on the floor underneath you. Don't let the left shoulder lift up. Try not to twist, try and keep that nice and level with the floor. And then maybe your left hand can go underneath the forehead, or maybe you can put the forehead directly down onto the floor. That's good. Just check out, just with your mind's eye, check out the left shoulder, is it high? Here's what we could do if you think it's a little bit high. Just think about the right side of your rib cage. And you just lift it up a tiny bit off the floor and move it a few millimeters over to the right side of the mat. So that might flatten you a little bit more. And now breathe into your back, fill up the lungs. Empty the lungs, exhale. Runners, cyclists, lots of sports people need to think about the arms, the shoulders, upper back. Fill up the lungs, inhale. Breathe into your back and exhale. Feel that stretch, right shoulder blade, somewhere there. If you want more intensity, you bring your right toes and your right knee and you walk them out to the right side. You've got half frog on the right side. You just practice. You want a bit more intensity, and it might not suit you, and you don't need to do that. And we breathe. Breathe into your back. You empty the lungs. Breathe. Expand the back ribs. Then you empty the lungs and exhale. Fill up the lungs, inhale. Empty the lungs, exhale. And then one more fill up. So walk the right foot back, walk it back. Put your left hand on the floor, lift yourself up, and bring the right arm back. And you're back in Sphinx pose. Making like an Egyptian cat. So other side, the left hand underneath the right arm, put right arm out in front. That's just going to slide forward and not get in the way. So you walk your left arm through, walk the left hand through, put the arm down, straight underneath you. The shoulder pretty much drops in a straight line. And then you can put your forehead down on the floor or on the back of your right hand. And just bring your mind's eye to the right shoulder. Does it feel a little bit high? Some people are incredibly flat in this posture. Yeah, I think I'm a little bit flat, not spectacularly. Here's what you could do. You could lift up your ribcage a tiny bit off the floor, move it over to the left side a tiny bit and put it back down. And that might flatten you a little bit more. You feel that stretch, fill up the lungs. Breathe into your back and you empty the lungs. And you can stay there if you want to. If you want more intensity, it's your left toes now and your left knee. And you walk out to the left side. That's pretty good. And you inhale, breathe into your back. You empty the lungs, exhale. Feel your back ribs expanding. Empty the lungs, soften, everything softens. The stretch you're feeling, that might be a 40%, maybe a 50%. It's not one of those screaming stretches. None of the stretches we do don't need that. Screaming stretch means the tear is coming, an accident is coming. Nothing like that. Just breathe. Find the stretch. Breathe there. Empty the lungs. Exhale. One more like that, inhale. Empty the lungs, exhale. Then you can put your left foot back, on your left knee back, and you can lift up your head, and you can come back into Sphinx pose. Hands underneath your shoulders, just roll your shoulders back, and just peel the torso off of the mat. Here's your lovely back bend. Pretty nice, and then tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. This is the downward facing dog where you move. Just for a little bit of movement, just for a little bit of massage. Just move the body. There's an upper back twist I want to do, it's called threading the needle. So as a running, you need a nice swing in your shoulders and your upper back. So put your knees down. Let's start with the left hand. Put your left hand underneath the right armpit. Slide it through, you put your shoulder down. And you can put your left ear down. Nice. And so you've got your right hand there beside your head. You can walk back to the top of the mat. So you get a little bit of extra in the right shoulder blade. Sorry, the right shoulder blade, the right armpit, right side of the rib cage, right serratus. And then inhale, breathe into your back. Empty the lungs. It's like quite a gentle posture, quite a gentle stretch, but it targets a nice place, middle upper back, rhomboids, place between the shoulder blades. One more there. Fill up the lungs. Empty the lungs. One more. Inhale. Empty the lungs. Exhale. And to that hand that's at the top of the mat, you can draw it back beside your face, lift yourself up. You just do a little bit of cat and cow, a little bit of moving. And then we'll do the other side. So your right hand goes underneath the left armpit. You slide it through, put your shoulder down, put your right ear down. Oh, I can feel it on this. And then the hand that's beside your face, nothing wrong with leaving it there. That's all right. You could get a little bit of extra by walking it to the top of the mat. And then you've got a little bit of that armpit, serratus, side of the rib cage stretch as well. Breathe into your back here. And stretch those intercostal muscles when you exhale. Fill up the lungs in. Empty the lungs, exhale. Couple more like that. Feel your back ribs expanding. And see the lungs, everything softening. And one more like that, inhale. Empty the lungs, exhale. And that hand at the top of the mat, draw it back. Lift yourself up and come into cat and cow. Just a little bit of moving. Then another go at the calves now. I have another go at the quads, I haven't decided. All right, so sit back on your haunches. So not much happening here. Let's start with the right knee. So pick up your right knee and put your foot beside your left knee. So you're just lining up your foot and your knee. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to lean forward. So the torso, left side of the torso, is going to be on the leg, the left leg. And you're going to reach forward. Reach forward, reach forward, reach forward. So what you're doing is pushing your knee down. And you can feel your left hip just lifting and hovering off of the floor. Doesn't have to be much. But look, when you start, your heel is on the floor. And when you reach forward, forward, forward and press your torso onto the knee to push it down in that way, that lifts the heel up a little bit, so you've got a floating knee, and that's where you've got your stretch. The knee is going in one direction, the heel is facing down in the other direction. Breathe there. So you might be feeling this might be an Achilles, you might be going a little bit further up into the calf. For me on the other side it's calf, on this side is Achilles. Reach your hands forward, fill up the lungs. And your torso is adding a little bit of weight onto the left knee. Up the lungs. Empty the lungs. Your exhalation, your heel is thinking, oh, I'm facing the floor, I'm facing the floor. Reaching down, reaching down. It's not moving in reality, but you're just thinking about that reach, that direction. One more like that, inhale. Pretty good. All right, release. Ooh. Come back. Let's try the other side. So you're sitting on your haunches and you pick up your right knee and you put your toes in line with the left knee. Right toes, left knee. Right toes, left knee. All right, so your torso is going to be on your right knee. Reach forward, forward, forward. You're reaching so far forward, the knee is going in that direction, forward. It's lifting the heel off of the mat a little bit. How's it going on this side? For me, this is a calf stretch. On the other side, it was Achilles. And so your torso is giving a little bit of weight. Your knee is going forward, your heel is reaching back. You don't have to do anything. It doesn't have to actually reach. You've picked it up, it's floating off of the floor, but its direction is down. Inhale. Empty the lungs, exhale. Breathe into your back. Nice long exhalation. Just a couple more here. Reach your hands forward. One more like that. Inhale. Ooh, long exhalation. All right, so you're reaching forward. Leave your hands there. Just come up into downward facing dog, and you just do that little moving. A little bit of moving. Side to side, side to side. All right, so if you're going out for a run now, you need to move you around. We need to move you. We don't need to be doing static stretches. We need to be doing moving warm-ups. So we can do some salutation. That would be good. Look to the front of your mat, step forward, look up, inhale. Exhale and fold into the lungs. All right, toes together, heels together, knees together, sit down, bring your hands up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Not often we end the task by moving. Inhale, halfway up, inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step or jump back, doesn't matter which, lower, exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog, inhale. Nice back bend, so important. Downward facing dog, exhale. Step in just a little bit, 5 breaths here. One, you can lift up your toes and spread your toes and put them down. 2, you can encourage your heels out. You can lift up on your inner arches, you can scrunch them up. 3, you can lift your kneecaps and engage the quads. 4, you can tuck your tailbone down towards the heels and feel how that pulls your abdominals in. And 5, look to the front of your mat. You can jump or step forward, look up, inhale. Exhale and fold into the lungs completely. Toes together, heels together, knees together, bend your knees. Bring your hands up, inhale. Exhale and fold, exhale. Inhale, halfway up, inhale. Exhale, hands down. Jump or step back. Chaturanga, lower, exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog, inhale. So important, that back bend. Downward facing dog, exhale. Step in just a little bit. 5 breaths here. 1, push from your hands to push your heels towards the floor. 2, just a little bit of scrunch on the inner arches. Kneecaps and quads. So in theory, when you engage the quads, the hamstrings are allowed to stretch. Mine don't follow that rule. Fill up the lungs. Empty the lungs. Point your tailbone down. That pulls your abdominals in. And fill up the lungs. Empty the lungs. To the front of your mat, and you can jump or step forward and look up. Inhale. Exhale and fold into the lungs completely. Toes together, heels together, knees together, sit down, bring your hands up, inhale. Exhale and fold, exhale. Inhale, halfway up, inhale. Exhale, hands down, jump or step back, chaturanga, lower, exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog, exhale. So we're going to move, bring your right foot forward, left heel down and come up, warrior 1. Open up, warrior 2, exhale. Turn your front palm up, sweep it up and over, inhale. Exhale, wiggle the hands over and down. Step back, chaturanga, lower, exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog, exhale. Other side, left foot forward. Right heel down and come up, inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down and step back. Chaturanga, lower, exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog, exhale. For this one, I want to do something a little bit different. We've done downward facing dog, put your knees down, child's pose. It's a nice back stretch. Both help, but this is different. So widen your knees, toes together, take your bottom back, reach your hands forward. Breathe into your back ribs expand. It's such a good posture, child's pose. Savasana. Fill up your lungs, expand the back ribs. Empty the lungs. And then one more like that. Empty the lungs. All right, and then come up, downward facing dog. Look to the front of your mat, jump or step forward, look up, inhale. Exhale and fold into the lungs. Toes together, heels together, knees together, sit down. Bring your hands up, inhale. Last one, fold, exhale. Inhale, halfway up, inhale. Exhale, hands down, jump or step back. Chaturanga, lower, exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward. Left heel down, come up, warrior 1. Open up, warrior 2. Turn your front palm up, sweep it up and over. Exhale, windmill the hands over again. Step, chaturanga, lower exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, left foot forward. Right heel down and come up, warrior one. Nice. Exhale, bring your hands. Oh, open up to warrior two. Turn your front palm up, sweep it up and over. Oh, and then exhale, wiggle the hands over and down. Like this out the last time. Chaturanga, lower exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog, inhale. Exhale, that's such a good back bend, downward facing dog. Jump through, sit down, lie down. Oh. You can do a bit of window screen wiper, so your feet are a bit wider than your hips. You can just shake your toes towards each other, away, towards each other, away, towards each other, away. And before we start our Savasana, our visualization, can you lift up your ribs off the floor? Can you move them up the mat a little bit, and can you put them down? Yes, so you're trying to take that flare out of the front ribs and draw them down a bit. And now you let go of that ujjayi breathing. Find quietness in the body now. Let the breath go back to its own silence and its own rhythm, doing its own thing. Step out of the way. Beautiful, calm breathing. Easy breathing, natural breathing. And feel that sense of calm in the breathing and in the body. Feel that sense of ease. That achievement, you've been totally in charge of your game during this class. Same with your running, same with cycling, same with swimming, same with any training. Take that confidence and that calm into your training. Visualize your distance or visualize your reps. Totally in charge of your game. Sense of calm and sense of confidence. You do. Stretch out your fingers and wiggle your toes. Rotate your ankles, rotate your wrists. Just turn your head from side to side. Take your head all the way over to one shoulder and all the way over to the other shoulder. Give yourself a stretch, interlace your fingers, give yourself a stretch. Pull your knees into the chest and roll from side to side, massaging that. And then roll yourself up to sitting. Namaste.